Hey guys, so I just wanted to do a quick video going over 2 hints that we recently received for Legends here. I actually didn't even get a chance to do a video on this first one, so we'll sort of build this into this video as well because we have another hint to go along with this that they released today. So let's go ahead and I guess first take a look at this one. So because this has already been out for a few days, I think most people have already sort of decided what they interpret this hint to be here. And I think now that we have the second hint as well, it sort of gives us a bit more context on what this could be. So I think, you know, it's a Capsule Corporation logo, obviously. One of these is the Capsule Corporation logo. And then if we scroll down to today's hint, it is this thing. How did they even make this? Like, what? Is this like a garbage can? Like, what is this? Whatever it is obviously very, very reminiscent of Cell's tail, that he uses to absorb people with. And so, I guess if we sort of link these 2 hints together and assume that whatever we're about to get is related in some way, right? I mean, I expect both these characters that we're getting to be related in some way. So we have something that's obviously related to Cell here, which means some kind of Cell's coming, right? And then we have this over here, you know, thinking of who sort of is related to Cell. You can make the connection with Trunks. A lot of people have been pointing out 16. I think it was like, what, if you count from right to left, like to the left and down, it's like the 16th C or something like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think that's how they did it. So the 16th, like, C or whatever the hell that is. People are saying this is 16, which definitely could be the case. I mean, this potentially could be a sort of like 16 versus first form Cell banner, which to me definitely sounds more like an all-star banner rather than some kind of LF banner. Like, what are they going to do? Give us an LF Android 16 that does the Hell Flash? I don't think so. I think there is a really good chance that 16 is a Hell Flash Ultimate character, because we actually don't have like a good Hell Flash animation in the game. We have like we can go ahead and pull him up here. Let me see if I can just find him under the Androids tag here. So like the only Android 16 sparking that we even ever got is the OG green one. So we only have one sparking 16. He does the Hell Flash with his blue card, but it's like so quick because it's not an ultimate. It's just a blue animation. Let me see. So the Hell Flash, I mean, you guys know what this looks like. He like shoulder checks the enemy, takes off his his robot hands, and then does the Hell Flash. But it's like over in like 2 seconds because they can't make blue card animations last for too long. It's just they don't want to interrupt the flow of the match. So we could definitely get like a new 16 that actually has an ultimate that is the Hell Flash. I think that does sound at least somewhat plausible for sure. And then I guess in terms of like the other teaser here, like I said, it looks obviously very similar to Cell. Funnily enough, we actually do have a sparking first form Cell, this one right here. This guy actually released with the Heat Dome Trunks, the red Heat Dome Trunks. This was potentially one of the least hype and most, the biggest flops of all time in terms of releases, because both this Cell and the Heat Dome Trunks were both pretty underwhelming. I think Trunks was easily better than, I don't know why the picture's not loading, but the Trunks was easily worse than this, or sorry, the Trunks was easily better than this first form Cell was. This first form Cell was like one of the worst characters that's almost ever released, which is kind of sad because you would think if they were going to come out with a first form Cell that at least make him good to incentivize people to summon, but it was a much different time back then. This was during a time where a lot of the sparkings that released actually just weren't, like they just didn't keep up with a lot of the other recent characters. So this was back when Ultra Space Time banners were a format, a type of banner that actually existed in the game. So obviously the animation of this is supposed to be Cell's like absorbing animation, because this is actually like almost 1-to-1 of what absorbing looks like that Cell does, right? So he absorbs Android 17, goes from first form to second form. He absorbs Android 18, goes from second form to perfect form Cell, right? So I mean, it's possible we could end up getting some kind of transforming first form Cell to second form, or potentially could just be like a second form Cell sparking, which we don't have in the game, right? So if we look at let's go back to the Android tag here. Like, there actually isn't a second form cell sparking character, period, in the game, which is kind of, I mean, I wouldn't really call second form cell that popular of a character, but he's definitely worthy of a sparking. I mean, he has a lot of screen time, right? He has the fight against Super Vegeta. He has the scuffle with Trunks very briefly. He has the like the fight against Tien. He fights, I guess, well, I don't even know if I want to call it a fight. He one-shots 16, like one punches him. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot they could do with second form cell. I think he actually has a lot of animations they can pull references from. So I would not be opposed if they wanted to make, the second form cell an all-star character. And that's definitely what I think this banner is probably going to end up being. It's probably going to be an all-star banner. It's been a long time. I should have pulled this up before I started recording, but I'm going to be scrolling for a long time to get to the last all-star banner we had. I believe it was October 31st, which is when we got the Goku Black, the blue Goku Black, and purple Mecha Frieza. That was, believe it or not, the last all-star banner we received. So we're talking, so we're going November, December, January, February, March. So we're going 5 months ago was the last all-star banner we got. 5 months. 5 months. That's a long time. All right, let me see if I can find this. We're almost there. I don't know why is this here? Why is this like so up here? Did I go like way too far? Oh, here it is. All-Star 15. Yeah, this is the most recent All-Star banner. So wait, this is not right. Did this actually release on 8/31? I thought it was October 31st. Wow, I got that messed up. This is August 31st was when this came out. Are you kidding me? I guess it's just because it lasted for so long. It lasted for 3 full months. So, okay, we're talking September, October, November, December, January, February, March. 7 months ago was the last All-Star banner. 7 months. And the way they always handle All-Star banners is they always release on the final day of the month. And obviously the final day of this month is the 31st. So I actually would expect, if this is an All-Star banner, I would expect this banner to come out Friday and not Wednesday, which is Wednesday would be normal time. But if this is going to be an All-Star banner, which it looks like it's definitely going to be, I don't think they're going to be doing like an LF Android 16 or an LF first or second form cell. So this is looking more like an All-Star banner than an LF or an Ultra. If I were you guys, I would temper your expectations because this does not look like an LF character or an Ultra character. We just got an Ultra with Rose. It's definitely not going to be an Ultra. I don't know if they would release an LF so close to an Ultra. I mean, I guess it's not out of the question. It's only 2 weeks, which they've done before, right? So it could be an Ultra. It could be. But I think they are sort of planning this to be the All-Star banner that will lead into whatever the next LF potentially could be, but we shall see. This definitely, to me, screams more All-Star banner just because of the way that it looks like the characters are going to look like a 16 and then a cell. There's no way they could really spin this as an LF. I just don't see LF second form cell, the first banner to ever hit bottom grossing. Yeah, great job. But like I said, I think a second form cell, we definitely need a sparking of second form cell. And then I think 16, again, if they do end up giving us like a 16 that actually has an ultimate that is the Hell Flash with like the longer style animation, where like you see the eruptions coming out of the earth and stuff like that. Like that could actually look pretty cool. And 16 is a character that I think does deserve more than one sparking at this point. The game approaching 5 years and we only have one sparking 16. Like 16 was a pretty important character. So we'll see how they handle this. This could also potentially be a prelude for what they're sort of shaping up the anniversary to be as well. So I will just throw that in there. Remember last year we had, actually it was on here not that long ago, we had this All-Star banner come out before the anniversary. And then obviously the first part of the anniversary ended up being UI Goku, right? And like it mostly was just Universe Survival Saga theme with all the free-to-play characters and stuff like that. So This All-Star banner could be a prelude to what we see for Anniversary. This came out on, this literally came out on the same day. This is the same time slot as last year. Yeah, this even more so solidifies to me this is probably going to be an All-Star banner. And I wouldn't be surprised if this does end up being like a first or second form Cell in a 16. Potentially, we could see some kind of Cell Saga theme for the Anniversary in some way, whether it's going to be Ultra Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, some form of, I don't know, maybe like some kind of Super Vegeta. I don't know if Super Vegeta would be able to lead the Anniversary. This wouldn't sound great. You know what I think we could get? This wouldn't be Anniversary worthy, but now that we're talking about like some of the, I don't want to say side fights in the Cell Saga, but I guess we will call them side fights. So I would call the Cell vs 16 fight a side fight, but it actually is a pretty good fight. You know what fight is even better than that we actually almost have zero representation for? Is Piccolo vs 17. I've actually been talking about this for Dokkan as well. I think we could get a dual Dokkan Fest in Dokkan of Piccolo vs 17 for like Golden Week or something. That would be a really cool event or banner format to get dual Dokkan Fest of 17 and Piccolo. I think Legends could easily make that Piccolo and LF. The Piccolo from the 17 fight where he does the... I think it's what is it? What is the English name? It's like the light grenade, I think is what they call it in English. That attack that Piccolo does. It's basically the physical Dokkan Fest Piccolo's transformed super attack. The light grenade. That could be a really cool LF animation because the only Piccolo we have from that fight is the blue Piccolo, who was okay back in the day. I think his Zenkai actually wasn't horrible. He has like extra damage versus androids, obviously, because that was the Piccolo from the 17 fight. But for whatever reason, I think they like messed up that Piccolo because they gave him the let me see if I can find him if I sort from color here. They gave him the art where he's, where is this? You guys know what I'm talking about. I'm like missing. He's like right in front of me, and I'm missing. If I hear you, they gave him the correct art, which is without his white robe on, and then in the actual art. And then in the actual card model itself, he's wearing the white sort of like coat or cape or whatever you want to call it, right? So I think they did mess this character up a little bit. The Hellzone Grenade is really annoying to use, obviously, but he's an old character, so I can excuse it. But like this is one of those projectile blue cards, like the free-to-play Super Saiyan Gogeta from the Anniversary last year. But yeah, I think an updated version of this character as an LF could be really cool. An updated 17 from Dragon Ball Z could be really cool, although I'm pretty 17'd out at this point. We have gotten 2 really good 17s recently with GT and then the blue one. But yeah, just to circle back and end the video, I think in terms of this banner itself, it's looking to me like, especially now that we know that, where is it? That this banner is literally the same slot as this. I think... Again, if this is going to be a first or second form Cell next to either some kind of Trunks or Android 16, that could be an indication that whatever we're going to get for Anniversary could actually have something to do with the Cell Saga, just as this All-Star banner last year, which released during the same time slot, sort of led into the Anniversary last year with UI Goku headlining Part 1. So let me know down below what you guys think of what potentially could be coming for this banner. Again, All-Star banner seems most likely to me. Definitely possible it's an LF, but my money would be on All-Star here. It's about time to bring them back, and I think this just lines up too well and fits too well with the same schedule we had last year. So let me know what you guys think. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next one.